Good evening and welcome to the Philadelphia Cultural Forum on CCP TV, Community College of Philadelphia's educational channel. I'm your host Kirsten Quinn, and I hope you will join me in welcoming the folks from BckSeet Productions to the show. Tonight we have Artistic Director Kate Brennan and actors Craig Bazan and Maria Constantinides from BckSeet. BckSeet's mission is to produce art with the talents of multidisciplinary artists to educate, entertain, and enlighten society with the ideals of classical, contemporary, and original cutting-edge works of art. To find out more about BckSeet Productions and what they're all about and what they're doing now, go to www.BckSeet.com. So please welcome to our interview portion of this show, Kate Brennan. Hi, Kate.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, very good.
It's great to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I know that you've been on the Cultural Forum before.
I have.
So welcome
yes.
back.
Thank you.
To our new format. And I wanted to find out from you a little bit about how BckSeet started and how you came into the BckSeet family.
How I jumped into the BckSeet.
How you jumped into the BckSeet.
BckSeet started in about 2000 up at Emerson College.
Cool.
With another artistic director who happens to be named Gregory DeCandia, who also happens to be my husband. And he started it there when he was just out of college and just with some of his fellow students.
Cool.
They produced theater up at Emerson. They produced theater up in New Hampshire and in Boston, moved to New York, and then actually had an opportunity to go down and do theater in Guatemala,
wow.
which is sort of a thing you can't pass up.
I was going to say, I've never heard of a company doing that.
Yes, they
from
did.
Philadelphia.
I know.
Yeah.
They did a production of Othello there that was sort of reversed. That Othello was the gringo to the town, and everyone else was native Guatemalans.
Okay.
And so then, when they were trying to decide where to move back to America, they did some research on what was the best town for small theater companies, and Philadelphia jumped up on the radar.
Excellent.
And so that's why they ended up here. And so that was about 7 years ago or so.
Okay.
And we spent 5 years in a residency at the Society Hill Playhouse at the Red Room, where we did maybe 3 or 4 shows a year. And just recently, we've decided that in lieu of keeping up with the Joneses, we're going to focus exactly on what we want to do. And we're doing a lot of creating our own work. And that brings us to today. So I actually just took the reins. I've been with the company about 6 years or so, but I actually took the reins as artistic director just this past summer. Okay. So I am very newly minted.
And very busy,
Yes,
I would imagine.
yes,
well, the
busy.
Philadelphia theater community is very lucky to have you guys because of all the great work you're doing. You work with the community as well, and you have outreach and educational programs, and the enlightening part I think is a really important part of your mission. It's unique to you. Could you explain a little bit about what you're doing with outreach and with sponsors?
Absolutely. So we have 2 different departments: our education and our outreach. And with our outreach, for every show we do, we try to partner with another charitable organization, another nonprofit that is thematically linked to the elements that are within the play. Okay. So, for example, and the last time we were here, we did a show called Losing the Shore, and in Losing the Shore, one of the characters had juvenile diabetes, and so we partnered with CHOP, the Juvenile Diabetes Center at CHOP, and we did their walk. We did the Walk for Diabetes. We had them for a forum. We essentially raised funds and awareness for that organization so that we can have sort of a mutually beneficial partnership. And $1 of each of our full price ticket $1 from each of our full price tickets goes to the organization. And then we host talkbacks and things of that nature. And so what we're doing right now for our current show, it's called El Fuego, and it's a holiday show, but unemployment is a really big theme in the show. So it's not your typical holiday show.
Definitely a societal issue right now.
It absolutely is, right? So when we were researching different organizations to partner with, PUP, which is the Philadelphia Unemployment Project, offers services to unemployed families. And so we thought, who better to partner with? So now that we were partnering with them, we're having a talk back during part of our run, and we're also, they do something like a Toys for Tots type of thing where they collect new unwrapped toys to give to the parents who are unemployed to give to their children so that they'll have
so
a nice holiday.
That's really great.
So
you've written other works for the company as well, and
yes. So this is this will be our third original musical.
Okay, what are the others that you've done?
The first one was actually Greg DiCandia's musical Hung on a Blonde Ponytail, which was, I think, mounted in 2007.
Okay.
And then I did my thesis piece from the University of Virginia started out as a musical, and we expanded until it was a full one-act musical called Some Assembly Required, which was in 2010, which was very meta-theatrical and experimental. And then last year, this one of our company advisors, Catherine Rush, is a playwright in town. We commissioned her to write a show, and she wrote a show about Adlai Stevenson, a historical fiction. And that was in spring of 2011. And so when we were trying to decide what we were going to do next, we wanted to find something that would be appealing to people, of course, because sometimes we choose to do some wild stuff. But the holiday season is a time when people love to see theater, love to participate in things, go to things with their families, bring their children, etc. And so we thought, well, a holiday show, right? Because we had a very successill run of a show called The 8 Reindeer Monologues for.
Tell me about that, because that's
I don't know if that's appropriate for this show, but I think we ran that for 5 or 6 years, and it's a very simple show by Jeff Good. It's a real dark comedy. It really, once you see it, you'll never see Christmas in the same light. It's hinting towards an R rating, I would say.
That's all right.
But it was very, very popular with everyone because it was something different. It was something different during the holiday season. So we thought, well, a holiday show. People need a new holiday show. But we didn't want to just go the happy, Rudolph and elves and Christmas Carol route, We really wanted to be a little subversive with it. So that's why we have there are 12 new songs in it. There is singing and dancing. There's all sorts of fun stuff, but there's also undercurrents of dissatisfaction with the consumerism and commercialism that has infested the season. And also this, the running theme of unemployment really weighing us all down.
Right, and that represents what you guys do.
Absolutely.
Really well, too, because, you're always taking these social issues that, as you say, are in the back seat.
Exactly.
Being ignored a lot of the time, and you're bringing them into your theatrical works.
Absolutely.
And you guys are in rehearsal and working on this show. When did you start writing it, and how did that process evolve? Because it's been it takes a long time to do these things, to be able to, write it and then get it together for production, workshop it. I mean, there's all these different things that are involved in creating a new work. So can you talk a little bit about that process and, just some, it's like a to-do list a mile long, I'm sure.
It really is. Well, it takes a village, Kirsten. I mean, that's what honestly is true, to put up a show, and I try to, I teach theater, as you know, and you do, and I try to impress upon my students that this is work. This is, it's very fun, but it is a lot of work as well. And so let's see. I started with some of the music from the show a couple years ago, and it was actually meant to be part of another show that we were calling The Holy Wow. And it was going to be about a revivalist who sort of scams everyone, but then ends up talking to God, right? And so that's the sort of thing. Well, then Leap of Faith came out on Broadway, and I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Familiar with it, yes. I didn't get to see it, but
and it really didn't do well. And it came, honestly, we had the idea independent of Leap of Faith, but we realized, okay, we got to go in another direction. Probably can't do it then. All right. So it was not my idea, actually. This was Greg's idea. The title El Fuego, capital E-L-F, Fuego, which some of our cast members really just got the other day. It was his idea, and the story is that there's been a fire in the North Pole, and many elves have perished, and the rest have gone on to strike due to unsafe working conditions. And so one elf decides that she must save Christmas. So she does the most efficient thing possible. She kidnaps 4 unemployed humans. And so the opening is them, the overture is them being kidnapped, essentially. And so then these four very different individuals who've only all got their own issues end up thrown in this room together and have to figure out, what to do. Okay. And meanwhile, the elves are outside and are very angry that they've got scabs, essentially, working for them. So it goes on from there. But through it, everyone finds the true meaning of Christmas. And it's not just a Christmas show. Our characters are different. Our characters are of different religions as well. Okay. And so it's sort of, it's about coming together and across the boundaries of class and race and religion and figuring out what Christmas really is supposed to be about. Right, and it's very funny. I mean, I know it sounds pretty dark from the description, but it sounds
funny too.
It is. It's very funny, and the actors, as you'll see, we have 5 of them, are extraordinarily talented and just hilarious. I mean, I write things and then I see them do it, and I think I didn't expect that at all, but it's great, you know. Yeah. So I mean, so you said the long list of things that has to be done. I mean, aside from all of that and then going to rehearsals and all that sort of thing, we're orchestrating the music. So we have hired Patricia Brown, who's the head of the music department at a school called Mary Mercy Academy, and also plays at the Academy of Music when different shows come to town, and has toured with Beauty and the Beast. She's orchestrating our music for us, and we have a 5-piece orchestra as well, which is all going to squeeze into the Skybox at Theater.
Yes.
So that's very exciting, and we're trying to bring back the overture, which I don't know, if you've noticed, but lately musicals are losing the overture. You just start the music and the play starts. Right in. But the overture was this great thing that introduced you to all of the music, so that some of the overtures of West Side Story and of Jesus Christ Superstar are just the most amazing compositions of all time. So we're bringing that back in our own way.
That's great.
And so, I mean, Patty's been notating the music tirelessly. I mean, it is a really big job, so that by the end of this, we can have a full script, a full score, and everything that is a new musical from Philadelphia. That here we are, we're creating stuff.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets picked up elsewhere because of the music and
that would be great.
The story.
Absolutely.
But we're lucky in Philadelphia to have this happening. It's very exciting. And you started this about a year ago?
Yes, the script, about a year ago, yes.
Okay, and you've been in rehearsals for how long now? How long have you been in rehearsal?
Well, real rehearsals, we've only been in a couple weeks, and so we open in a couple weeks. So I mean, it's traditional to have a month-long rehearsal process. But for a musical and for a new musical, it is pretty abridged. We did have some sort of reads around a table with different actors to get a feel for what needed to be done with the script and to hear the music out loud and see what worked and what didn't. And so there have been some rewrites, but it has been a whirlwind. Yeah, because we really were eager to do it this
and you wanted to do it this season.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're really excited about it. So
yeah, I'm excited too for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to be listening and watching a few of the songs from the show, and I wanted to ask you about the first piece that we're going to be watching.
All right. So the first piece is "What Should I Do with My Life" is the name of the song, and it's the opening song of the show.
Okay.
I wonder how much I should give away. Well, this is early in the show, so I won't give anything away. But the characters are actually bound during this number because they've been kidnapped.
Oh, okay.
So these
are the 4 kidnapped humans,
and they're being interviewed at this point, and they're each realizing they're at a crisis point in their life. What should I do with my life? And so it's actually a 5-person song, but we had snippets. 2 of the characters here. Maria plays Yuki, and who was formerly a nun, and Craig plays Karan, who is in grad school. He's a perpetual student, and so those are 2 of the 5 characters, and they do a little snippet from the opening song.
What should I do with my life? It's blowing up out of control. Can I face this challenge all alone? What should I do with my life? I'm always calling, no one's home. Can I vow to do this on my own? Pick up the phone. I pray at night, but get it wrong. I have no choice now but to leave. I breathe in deep, continue strong. I just don't know what to believe.
What should I do with my life? I've read the books and know the score. In every one they find their rightful place. What should I do with my life? I've got it all, but I want more. I'm stumbling onward just to keep the place. I'm losing face. The more I know, the more I don't. I'm all adrift and lost at sea. I'd ask for help, but no, I won't. I can't seem doubtful, dim, or weak.
So just getting that taste of the musical, the first song of the show, it's really exciting. I mean, it's drawing me in,
Right.
you know, and pulling me into the story. And we're getting to see these characters develop, you know, right away, which is cool because then we'll get to see another clip now. And your second piece, describe that for us.
Well, the second piece is a solo sung by Yuki. It is an out-of-body experience that she has.
Okay.
And so, and it's called Hello, Hello.
Okay.
And it is her conversation with God.
Hello, God, it's me, Sister Mary. You carry a Maria, full of grace. I'm out of place, as you can see. I'm meant to be. Oh, Padre mio. Oh, my Lord, I'm out of sorts, and who'd I hurt? Do I deserve this? Is it worth it? I'm afraid of these plans you've made for me. What's this feeling? My senses are reeling. The room is spinning. I don't understand these plans you've made for me. I've tried all my life. I've started and stumbled, I've cracked and I've crumbled, and I've played too close to the fire. I'm weak and I'm worthless, I'm shoeless and shirtless. Couldn't you spare me a while? I didn't ask for this, I didn't ask for anything at all. I didn't have to climb up to these heights just to recognize the fall. Why'd I have to be the one who in her right mind would go this far? I've tried, but the answer still is I didn't ask for this. Ooh. Is this a joke? Well, the joke's on me. Isn't it funny? I don't see anyone laughing. Is this your twisted sense of mystery? I turn my back and all I see is everyone laughing. I've tried all my life. I'm laughed at and lauded, dismissed and applauded. Each day's a struggle from bed. They mock me and shun me. The whole world is done with me, but I'm coming back from the dead. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for anything at all. I didn't have to climb up to these heights just to recognize the fall. Why'd I have to be the one who in her right mind would go this far? I've tried, but the answer still is I didn't ask for this. Hello up there. Can you hear
This song is so beautiful, and you know, when I'm watching it, there's such an emotional pull. There's such pathos in her voice, and the way in which she's pleading with God to explain to her, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? What did I do to deserve this? And she sings it beautifully.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I can see the depth of her feeling and the struggle that she's having.
Oh, absolutely.
And it speaks to the struggles that you've talked about with us, that people are going through, especially during this time of year.
Sure.
And so what is the next clip that we're going to see? This is, again, another shorter
Right,
piece,
another
right?
snippet, yes. This is from the 11 o'clock number, which, as you know, all theater people know, is the number whenever the show is it's getting later, you know, it's nearing 11 o'clock. Ours, it won't be nearing 11 o'clock. It'll be nearing like 8:15, but
Right.
It's the one that rallies the audience back, and you realize, you know, things are going to change for the better. So essentially, it's called "When Will the Light Shine," and it's our gospel number.
Yes.
We have we tried to do the show in the style of a Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat,
Okay,
which
yeah, I
which,
can
as you
see a
remember,
little
has
bit
a
of
lot
that.
of different genres
Yeah,
of music
right.
incorporated. So Quran essentially is left alone. Everything is in despair. You know, nothing is going to be fixed, and he starts singing this song, "When Will the Light Shine," and it rallies everyone together. And so this is a little snippet of that. But if you could imagine it with like a full gospel chorus, and then at least the other four characters of the show, that'd be great.
When will the light shine? When will the clouds part? When will we open up? Why is it so hard? We played it so hard. It's out of my control. You see, I'm losing ground, and I'm losing hope.
So this song made me want to sing along
Oh, good.
when I was
That's what we
watching
want.
it.
Yes.
You know, I mean, and like you said, it comes at that point in the show
Right, sure.
where people are, you know, they're processing everything in the story. And so to have that, you know, sort of bold gospel sound,
Right.
it switches things up a little bit for us
Right.
and puts us in that, like you said, the rallying cry. I mean, that's a perfect way to describe it.
Sure.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And the last song that we're going to see is actually you're singing.
Right. Yes.
Right, this
Yes.
song, and
This is a bonus track. I
That's
guess,
awesome.
on the album.
We get the bonus track, guys.
Right.
We get the bonus track.
So this is actually a song of hopes, who is played by Cindy Spitko, and it is early on in the show, actually, just after the opening number, "What Should I Do with My Life?"
Okay.
And she is left unable to find a happy holiday memory because her memories are tainted with all of the commercialism and consumerism and the misery that has entrenched the holiday. And so this is her song, sort of coming to terms with that.
Okay, great. All right, let's check it out. And we'll watch this last performance of the evening with Kate playing and singing the song.
When I think of Christmas, I think of all the kids just tearing open packages for things that they don't need. Early Friday morning sales, desperate people locked in jail who stood in line since 2 a.m. to join in the stampede. When I think of Christmas, I'm less than overjoyed. The city's raising taxes and we're mostly unemployed. So let's all raise a glass tonight for some holiday cheer. Christmas is a special time of year. When I think of Christmas, I think of all the stressors, candy cane and MasterCard, families, mistletoe. When it's dark long before 6, I simply lose my will to live. Parties, drinking far too much to talk to people I don't know. When I think of Christmas, I wax more than I wane. I'm too afraid of shopping and the 7 pounds I'll gain. So let's all raise a glass tonight for some holiday cheer. Christmas is a special time of year. When I envision Christmas, there's nothing to distract us from spending time with those we love and those we're bound to lose. All will find a place. There's a smile on every face, and everything you give away comes right back to you. When I think of Christmas, I'm slowly losing track of all the things I've missed just by always holding back. So let's all join our hands tonight for some holiday cheer. Christmas is a special time. Christmas is a special time. Christmas is a special time of year. Joy to the world, joy to the world.
You are such a talented singer.
Oh,
and
thanks.
a talented piano player. For those of you that don't know, I mean, you know, Kate just came right into the studio. We got set up. She jumped right in, started playing, got these guys singing. I mean, it was just amazing. And then we had the treat of having this bonus track.
Oh, right.
And I think that this song has a lot of humor in it.
It does, right?
too.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah,
Absolutely,
Right.
because, and I think a lot of people are going to be able to identify with those things.
Right.
You know, the commercialism of the holiday and how it's just everywhere you turn.
right.
You know, we're hearing Christmas music, we're seeing displays, and you know what happens when we can't afford these things, and what are we expected to do? And then, you know, it's darker out, it's wintertime. You know, and the difficulties that people face during the holidays. I think that a lot of times in theater and productions, those things are sort of pushed aside
Sure, right.
for the happy stuff.
of course.
You know, so we get to see another side of the holidays,
Right.
which we talked about. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Kate,
having me.
and
This is
for
wonderful.
teaching us about BckSeet.
Oh.
And we hope that everyone will get out there and see some of your performances.
Absolutely, yes.
And you know, watch the show and learn about BckSeet.
Yep.
So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks so much.
And thank you guys as well for coming. That's all the time we have for this episode. And I want to thank all of my guests, including Craig and Marie and Kate, of course, for joining us tonight. And thank you guys as well. You've been watching the Philadelphia Cultural Forum on CCP TV, Community College of Philadelphia's educational channel. I'm Kirsten Quinn, and I'll see you next time.